Okay, everybody, we're going to get started. It's official post-race press conference from round 8 of Monster Energy Supercross here at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to have 10 minutes for the 250s, 10 minutes for the 450s, and then a 20-minute scrum at the back with all the rest of the racers that are here. First up, we're going to bring the podium up for the 250 SX class here tonight. Third place, Yamalube Star Racing Rockstar Energy Parts Unlimited, Colt Nichols. And second place, Troy Lee Designs Red Bull KTM's Alex Martin. And the big winner, the 13th first-time winner here in the Georgia Dome after his 49th career start, Zach Osborne. All right, we get started in third place. Colt, you're on your way to a good finish last weekend. You had a crazy crash, but a decent start tonight. You kept the hammer down, kept charging. You land on the podium. A podium finish in your second race back after a big injury has to feel amazing.
Yeah, it actually really does. It's just nice to actually get the ball rolling now in the right direction. So, yeah, after last weekend, I was very bummed because I got a really good start and didn't end up too well. But, no, overall, man, third place on the night after the injury we had and everything. It's a blessing just to be up here with these guys.
Congratulations. Alex Martin, a great bounce back from the DNF last weekend. You land on the podium. Had some tight racing with your teammate there. Take us through that a little bit.
Yeah, that was pretty intense for a little bit there. It was pretty cool. We started off 1-2, and we were battling, and I kind of noticed he started making little mistakes. And towards the end there, because we were second and third. Zach was out front for a while, and then he made a little mistake over there on the on-off, and then I just kind of came around the outside and did the on-off. And when we came to the inside, we basically kind of collided there, and unfortunately I sent him over. But luckily he kept it on two wheels, and I was able to keep it on two wheels and make it up to second.
Good ride, good ride.
Thanks.
Zach, like we said, 49 swings at it. You go out there, second race into the championship. You rode great last weekend, but tonight you couldn't be stopped. You get your first career victory in the last race here at the Georgia Dome. It has to be extra, extra special.
Yeah, it's pretty unreal. I felt like I squandered a good opportunity last weekend. I watched that race about 50 times this week and just shook my head, but it's amazing to come here. I won the KJSC here in 1998, and it's been a dream of mine ever since to win this race, and just for it to be the last race in the Georgia Dome. And I could go on for an hour, but it's unreal. I'm grateful to be in this position, to have this opportunity, and just be where I'm at. It's unreal.
Congratulations, you got the red plate. We'll open up the floor to questions. Name and media affiliation, please.
Alex, how important was it to bounce back?
Name and media affiliation.
Oh, sorry. Yes, good point.
Don't recognize that voice.
Yeah. Jim Holly, supercrosslive.com. I have some photos I'll show you later. Alex, talking about bouncing back last week, I'm sure it was about as bad as the opener could have gone, and it's kind of hard when you don't have the ball rolling in the first race. So how good does this feel?
Yeah, not gonna lie, that was a tough pill to swallow. Felt decent all day and had a great off season and just looking to put a stamp on the season, and crashed first turn and made it a lap, and then it crashed in the Dragon's back, and I was hurting. So 2 laps in and I was done, and it was tough. And to be in front of the hometown crowd, there's so many people there that and that was really tough to kind of walk back to the pits and know you're basically DNF'd. But at the same time, on Sunday I woke up and I was like, hey, we got 8 more races left, 200 points on the table. And I've just been feeling way too good in the off season on the bike and getting along with the team, and I was just really excited to put a stamp like I did, and honestly, to go second tonight really feels good after last weekend.
Chase Yokomoto X Addicts. Zach, congratulations, first overall Supercross win. Can you take us what was going through your mind that last lap? How surreal was it?
Yeah, with like 3 or 4 to go, I felt pretty comfortable with my gap, and there weren't a lot of lappers in between me and the finish line, and just to go around on the last lap, I kind of took it easy, and I can't really put it into words. It was unreal. It's still unreal right now. It's a blessing to have the opportunity, and I don't know.
We saw you. A lot of guys nowadays don't seem to, celebrate too early. But man, you were throwing fist bumps over the triple and everything.
Well, the triple only had 1 whoop section left, which may have been the sketchiest part of the whole track, but I went for it anyways.
Steve Giberson with Vital MX. Talk about those whoops a little bit. I think both Alex and Zach watched you guys struggle a little bit with those in practice.
Yeah, in the first practice I felt really good in them. In the second practice I felt garbage in them. I made a couple of adjustments and just kind of tried to get something going, and I felt like in the back of my mind that before the end of the night it would definitely be that we were jumping through them. So I tried to kind of dial that in the last practice, and I wasn't the fastest, but I knew that I could do everything that I was doing the whole time and do it good. And I felt like that was the key. You know, I know that I could have maybe skimmed them 4 or 5 times, but was it worth the risk or whatever? So I just felt like it was better and more consistent to do the jumping, you know.
Jason Wygant, Racer X. At one point you were gone. You were racing. You were living in England. You were at the GPs. You kind of put it upon yourself to put kind of a Supercross program together to show that you could do this. Could you talk about the dream of, I have to get back to Supercross, I have to show that I can do this and get on an American team again?
Yeah, well, that year at the end of 2011, I actually had a deal lined up with Rockstar Suzuki at the time, which is the same team that I've ended up on now. But I told my boss, you know, like, I want to eventually go back to America, and this is a perfect opportunity. It's a good team. And I told him, you know, I have to take it, and he was super bummed, obviously, and we came to the agreement that if I would stay and do one more year in the Grand Prix, that he would bring me for 4 races to kind of showcase my skills, and then we could go back and race Grand Prix. So we did that, and yeah, it's been a long road from there to here. I mean, I didn't really think about it, but yeah, when you mention it, it's been a while.
So were you kind of betting on yourself? I mean, you hadn't raced Supercross in a couple years, and you had 4 races to basically show that you were still able to do this.
Looking back, yeah, I mean, it was a bigger gamble than what I realized at the time. You know, it could have gone bad easily. I mean, I was on a completely private bike that we built in my garage in South Carolina, and it could have easily gone the other way, you know. So looking back now, it was a big gamble, and I, honestly, at that time, I didn't even consider it a gamble. You know, I just knew we were going racing, and that's what I wanted to do. So maybe young and dumb in that situation was the better.
Yeah, Zach, Chase Yokomoto X-Addicts. Zach, first time, I believe, for you running the red plates over here. You know, how cool is it going to be to see that on your bike next weekend?
Yeah, awesome. I haven't had red plates on my bike since 2012 in the British Championship, so it's going to be a big week, and I'm super pumped with it.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. Congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good job.